Are we on?
No.
Oh, we are now. Hey. Welcome to Faith Loving Coffee. I'm Trish. Jeanette here. And we are all together in the same room, you guys. I'm from Atlanta. These two are from Texas. Well, I'm actually from Texas too, but I'm in Georgia, so I'm a Georgia girl now. I guess my brother said I'm a Georgia peach. But anyway, today's topic is faith through trouble travel. You guys, y'all remember last time I talked to y'all briefly while I was on the road on my way from San Antonio, Texas to Sinton, Texas, which is a little bitty town outside of Corpus Christi. And I told you how crazy of a day that I had, like trying to get to my destination. Y'all, I mean, it was crazy.
And you're looking at her destination.
Yes.
It's us. We're here.
It is.
We are.
This
we're
is the destination.
here.
We're here. So it was a fiasco. So we got up at 4:00 in the morning to travel to the airport to be there by 5:30 so we could leave out on a 7:30 a.m. flight from Atlanta to Dallas Fort Worth. Okay. The whole plan was that we were going to fly to Dallas Fort Worth so we could travel down with this lovely lady and keep her company while we drove down to South Texas to be with this lovely lady. So, yeah, but it didn't quite happen like that. So we got to the airport, we checked in our bags, and we were going through security, and all of a sudden I looked down at my ticket and it says, your flight is leaving at 3:20 p.m. I'm like, what? So no, that did not work well for me because I had someone picking me up at the airport at 8:30 in the morning here in Dallas Fort Worth Central Time. Well, of course, it's still like got early in the morning.
Yes.
So I had to text her at 5:30 her time saying, hey, our flight was canceled. Our flight was canceled, y'all. And I didn't even bother to check my phone, which they checked. They sent an email and a text at 4:14 in the morning. I wasn't thinking about checking my phone at that time. I was like, we got to get the heck out of this house. So, yeah. So what happened was we stood by for like the morning flights because they were going to have us out at 3:26 in the afternoon, which means we wouldn't have got to DFW till like 4:30, which means that we probably wouldn't have gotten to South Texas until 11 or 12 o'clock or even 1 o'clock in the morning. And that's a no for me.
It's a yes for me.
For her, for sure.
For her.
You drive late. I mean,
yes.
she does drive late.
She's the late bird.
And she takes her time, y'all.
And that is so not me.
No, two different. Yeah, anyway. So we stood by these two flights, and I finally called, or I was directed to call and say, hey, I said to my daughter, I'm like, you know what? Let's just see if we can go to San Antonio because that's already down south, right? And I'd see if this one, my sister would pick us up. And so I ran it by her first. She said, of course. And then she hadn't even called me back yet. So I just made the executive decision. And they said, of course, we can get you on the flight and it's not going to cost you any extra. And I'm like, great. Well, while we're getting on the flight, they said, oh, you have a check bag? And I'm like, yeah, I have a check bag. I said, they said, well, it's not going to make this flight. I'm like, I'm not getting on this flight unless that check bag gets on this flight. So she does her little finger magic on the computer, all that kind of stuff. And she goes, okay, that bag is coming. You need to get on the flight. Okay, great. I trusted.
Trusted the process.
Yes.
Had faith.
Because, listen, Atlanta Airport's big, y'all. And when I say that I got my steps in that morning, I definitely got my steps in that morning because I went through 3 different terminals.
It's big
crazy.
And busy. It's big and busy.
Yeah, you would think that at 5:30 in the morning, it's really not busy. And at this time, it really wasn't. But as the day progressed, oh, my word, I felt like a sardine in a can, okay? When you're traveling on that tram, it is so packed.
Yeah.
And I'm not good with crowds, and I'm a very claustrophobic person, okay? that was just too much information to share with y'all. Anyway,
Most of you can probably relate.
Probably. But anyway, so we got on the flight and everything, and we're waiting in the terminal in San Antonio when we got there, and there is no bag, y'all. No, none.
Checked bag is MIA.
Mm-hmm. So of course I had to go file a claim and everything, and they asked me, where are you staying? What's the address? All that good stuff. And they said they were going to Uber it to me as soon as it came in, and they expected it that day, that night, which was Saturday night. Y'all, after many times of calling back and forth and everything, my bag got to me at 2:44 in the morning on Monday morning.
Wait, you got to tell them about your little parting gift, though. What they gave you.
You can't. They were kind. Okay.
The airline.
The airline was kind enough to give me a bag, actually 2 little bags of toiletries, because it was me and my daughter. Of course, it was just one bag, but they went ahead and gave me 2, and it had little things to keep you over, like little deodorant, and a little baby deodorant, lotion, body wash, hair, shampoo and conditioner, and this very primitive toothbrush that I swear looked like a mini grill brush because it was wooded and with some few bristles. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this thing? So thank goodness my mother is very prepared, and she always has extra toothbrushes whenever somebody comes over. You guys, it was crazy. And I swear to God, as much as my bag went back and forth between Dallas, Fort Worth, and Atlanta, Georgia, and came back, and then went back, and came back, and then came down to San Antonio, it got more sky miles than I did. Okay, and I really wish they'd give me those sky miles.
The other good thing about the airlines, they also told her, whatever you go purchase to wear, because nobody's about to go wearing the same stuff.
No,
they will reimburse her, so that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Good thing she's not one of those to take advantage, because we were all like, let's go, let's hit out some Louis Vuitton or whatever it's called. I don't even know. Kate Spade, let's go get some stuff. And she was like, no, let's keep this right. And I was like, okay, sister.
Yeah, I'm always the one who wants to do the right thing.
Yes.
So we went to Walmart.
Yes.
Where I did do like $72 worth of getting stuff, but my mom is one of those people that also likes to help out a lot. So she actually cleaned my clothes from the day before, so I actually wore those clothes again on Sunday.
Yes.
Because for Saturday we went and got me some clothes to wear.
Mm-hmm.
And then
she washed those. And you wore the new ones.
And then I wore the new one, right? And then did the same thing for Monday. Even though my bag did come in, I still needed to make sure I had everything there. Blah 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 blah. But it was such an experience, And then you're just, there's all kinds of things going through your mind when you're trying to get to family that you haven't seen in a year. Mm-hmm. Normally I don't come down, but maybe once or twice a year. And I'm like, man, this is really going into my time. Of course, not much, because we would have gotten there probably about 4 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon if we had the original plan would have gone off like it should have, right? Yeah. Right. Well, in this case, I did get in a lot earlier. Mm-hmm. I did, because our plane landed at 11-something in San Antonio and only took us a 2-hour ride, which means that put us in Corpus Christi or Sinton around 1 o'clock, 1:30. Yeah. Where of course my mother had a nice meal waiting for us. See, so back to my seat. Yes, but during that whole time, I mean, it takes a lot of faith not to get mad, and it takes a lot of self-reflection, I guess you want to say, and just put yourself in the agent's shoes that's in front of you, because they get screamed at every day, every day, and you ruined my life, or you ruined, my trip, or you ruined this, and blah, 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 and I'll never forgive you, and I'm going to give you a bad review, and blah, 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 blah. You guys, all I did when I went up there is just be kind. That's all I did. And it's only because I feel like being kind takes you further rather than being an ass. Mm-hmm. Sorry. Yes. But because right before we got on this flight too, like when they were helping us, this other guy comes up right behind us and like almost right there in our face, arguing with the gate agents about, I didn't check my bag at the front. I don't need to check my bag now. And he was getting really loud, really obnoxious. And I swear to you, he did not get on that flight. I swear to you. Now, my daughter and we looked at each other like, we're going to go down now. And we left and went down to go get into our seats to go get on the plane. But I promise you that man did not make it on the plane. Now, I don't know if security was called. I don't know if he was escorted out of the airport, but he sure as heck did not make it on our flight. So it's always, always good to be kind. Now, yes, I did raise my voice a little bit because I'm like, I'm not getting on this flight because the lady said my bag would be on this flight. That is the only thing that I said. And then I'm like, you know what? It's not worth it. Yeah. So I needed to get on the flight. I got on the flight and everything went fine after that. But
that is what
talk about.
Thank God she made it.
Yes.
And was able to buy clothes. So
yes.
There wasn't anything in there that.
But they said the average. But they said the average was. I think they need to up and up a little bit because they give you that pamphlet and it said the average would be $50 a day. Okay, well I spent $50 for 2 days. I spent $72 for 2 days.
Yeah.
So that's within reason, I guess. So I'm hoping, as soon as I turn it, I still haven't done the claim though, so I still have to do the claim.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, you guys, it was such an experience. But this is when you talk a lot to God too, okay? Because you're like, so God, please make a way for us to get where we need to go. I know everything happens for a reason, but please open the door wherever you feel, is right at this time. And it's not like it really came out that way because it was more like a pleading thing.
Not only that, but I feel like I have to commend you for your patience and understanding because that is also like so hard to have at those moments like that. Like you literally, I listened to you on the phone and you were like, I'm just calling to check on my bag. And so many of us would have been like, excuse me. And had, you know what I mean? Yeah. So like I witnessed you in such a situation be so gracious and calm. And, when the rest of us are like,
well, my husband said, but I'm trying to set an example for my daughter too, because, she's just in those years where she's 14, 15. And, as a teenager, they know everything.
Yes.
So,
yes.
They do. They know everything.
And not very patient or understanding.
No. Yeah. And they, we just need to be able to teach them that kindness does go a long way and you get a lot more with it.
Yes.
If you're going to be ugly and everything else, they can be like, you know what, I'm not going to help you and you're shut down.
Yes.
Then you didn't get anywhere.
Yes.
And I used to be on the other end because I used to work for an airline and done reservations. And believe me, I've had many people tell me too, you ruined my vacation, you ruined this, you ruined that. I'll never use you again, blah, blah, blah. I mean, yeah. And it's a hard pill to swallow when you're on that end, and some of these people have to go home to their husbands, their wives, their children, their significant others, whoever. And then they have to try to decompress when those people may be coming at them also. Because you never know the situations that they're living in. Yeah. So can you think of a time, Miss Jeanette, that you were ever in that kind of in a situation in travel where you're just like, oh God, just please get me there safely. Please just let this work out.
That actually happened once when we were flying from Dallas to Corpus. Wow. And we were on the plane and Charlie was, maybe a year and a half or so. And then they realized one of the engines was not working properly.
Oh.
So they took all of us off the plane. They didn't have another one that day, but they did put us up in a hotel, right by the airport. We didn't have our luggage because it was already all checked in or whatever. Thank God we had her diaper bag and we were able to make do with what we had. But, I would have rather done that again on a faulty plane
and not made it home at all. Yeah.
And they were nice enough to put us in a hotel. So,
but the bags did make it with y'all too.
They did the next day. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't had that situation, but if you've ever been on a cruise, and you've had to debark right from the cruise, that's what they call it. I think I'm saying that right. When you're coming off, the first cruise we ever went on was right after COVID, masks on. They tell you, do not leave your stateroom until you're called. Nobody listens to that, or at the time they didn't. Cruises further on down the line, I think people listen. But that first one, we were all huddled together in this little place trying to get out and talk about claustrophobic. is me. I started looking for exits. I was looking crazy at people. I even think I did a video for this cruise line, like you could do better with this situation, because it was a lot. People with their bags. So at that time I was like, okay, please don't let anything happen, because where am I going to go and who am I going to knock down to get there? So like, it's traveling can have its,
moments.
Yeah,
Definitely.
moments.
It's moments.
Yeah.
That's just a,
Yeah.
But I don't know if you guys noticed, but we are all wearing the same top. My cousin was gracious enough to host a slumber party last night, which was really amazing. Because we're here at my cousin's home, which is her, and she's my cousin too. But this is my second cousin. My first cousin is sitting across us right now, just watching us. And her name is Yolanda. I'm going to put that out there. I don't care, because you're so fabulous.
Yes.
And so she graciously hosted us last night, and we played a game called Loteria, which is Mexican bingo, and I don't care who I offend. It's part of our culture. It's part of the way we party. It's part of the way that we get together, and it was just so much fun, you guys. And it has just been a party ever since I really much landed. So,
Yes.
I mean, and then I get to go see my other family today, which is my father's family, the Peñas, and I'm so excited to be with my family tonight because I haven't seen them for a year either. Now, my daughter, who is with us, she hasn't seen this family nor the other family for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a long time to go,
It is.
So.
And we haven't slept in a week, really.
No, we really haven't.
We
My
haven't
mother's
gotten
house
good
is 80 degrees at night. Honestly,
yeah.
we slept like babies last night because this house is cold. Okay? It is cold. Now, I don't know about any of you out there. I've passed all that crap about the hot flashes and everything. I don't know what these two are going through, but I know I'm done with it. But the cold and the warm blanket, y'all, we didn't even get out of bed till like, what time we get about 10:15?
10, so yeah.
Like 10:15,
Yeah.
y'all, because it was crazy. I was just so comfortable. We didn't want to get up.
Yeah.
We really didn't. As a matter of fact, we just had breakfast or brunch, as Miss Jeanette would say.
Yes.
And she made us some delicious, like, chorizo with blanquillo and bean. Well, you only made the beans, girl, because that made the breakfast.
Yeah.
And then tortillas. Yeah. And then, of course, we had this beautiful this coffee, y'all. Oh, my God. This coffee, what is it called again?
Mexican chocolate. And then we put in Italian creamer.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Oh, yes. But the brand of the coffee is
what is it?
Tejas Cafe or Cafe or however you want to say it. But that was so good. But then HEB, which is the great grocery.
Shout out to HEB.
Yes, shout out to HEB.
Shout
Y'all
out.
want to send us any coffee, by all means do so.
We will try it.
We will try it. We will do it. We will do it.
Yes.
But they have a brand that they carry, which of course is the Tejas Cafe, but they also carry another called Ole Cafe.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, the Texas pecan, the Austin blend, the Taste of Austin. Is the Taste of San Antonio too?
I think so.
The Taste of San Antonio, and they have a Taste of Houston, which is next on the list.
Yes.
Y'all, I have not been disappointed, and I love my coffee, y'all. You know I do. Mm-hmm. So that's part of the whole faith loving coffee kind of thing. So it is delish. It is wonderful. These two still have. I need my second cup. Is what I'm telling you.
It's that good if you're still drinking it at like 12:30.
It is. And it is 12:22, y'all, on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
Now, after this, we're going to go romping around town for a little bit before I go to my other family. Mm-hmm. But y'all need to tell us about your adventures. What do y'all have? Would y'all run into anything that's been like, harrowing for you, travels? How did you keep it together, or how did you fall apart?
Yes.
I mean,
because I know there's some people like from my friends list who, follow the page. Their spouses work for an airlines, mm-hmm. and so with that comes benefits, but with that also comes some stuff. Yeah, some stuff. Mm-hmm. So I know you guys have had to experience something in that regard.
And those lines to like whenever your flight gets canceled and they try to book you on another, or they say, hey, you'll go stand by for this flight and this. Those standby lists are long. They are long. Yes. And see some of the people who have those buddy passes, which I understand they're getting rid of them in some of the airlines. some of those buddy passes, you guys, unless you're family and you work for the airline and your family has those perks, which will stay. Those buddy passes, I think, are going to be going away for some airlines. I don't know exactly which ones they are, but you have to wait till everybody else gets on the list before you can get on that list. So I can't imagine how many people were bumped and bumped and bumped. And then all those people that waited and didn't have like an alternative route. Like I had an alternative route.
Yeah.
She drove 2 hours out of her way, but I still was very lucky to have that kind of accommodation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
can you imagine if I would have said no? Like, what kind of sister would I be?
And then I would have called my brothers, and they would be like, "Hell, I'm sorry, but I
didn't want her to have to do that. I wanted to be the sister. Like, oh, my sister came to get me. Like, see, she's talking about me now.
She's my only sister.
Well,
a sister from another sister. Yes, but we are
Literally.
sisters. Yeah, literally. Yeah, literally. But oh my gosh, you guys! I mean, that was just the experience when I got on with you guys. I know I was so like. How would you say? Was it? I was still in a good mood because I was home. I was frazzled, but and I was really fast and in a hurry and everything. But I really wanted to tell you about my experience because I know there are times, even in life, even if it's not traveling or anything else, like you're just put in a situation where you're just like, okay, God, what's happening and why has this happened, and
help me out.
But there's always a silver lining that comes out at the end of it, I can't say always, but there's a purpose behind it. So whether that purpose really meant for you or someone else, eventually your paths will cross and you won't even know it. So but it was just an experience, and I was so happy to be able to be with my family even earlier. So it was great. And of course, I hated breaking her heart because she was like, "But we're not going to be able." I'm like, "I know, I'm sorry," but there will be other times, So, but yes, it was just an experience. I really wanted to talk about it. I really wanted to get your take on it, and really wanted to see if you guys experienced anything else like that too. Because I guess I don't feel that bad because my boss just came back from Japan and his flight was delayed, and he slept one night in a hotel and 2 nights in the airport and still does not have his bags. Can you imagine? I don't know if I would have been that gracious.
But I also feel like God puts certain people through those things because he knows they can handle it. That could not be me. The Lord is up there like, I don't think I'm going to do that to her because it's going to be a problem. I don't think I could be. So my anxiety, my everything that I feel and go through, y'all would have seen me on the news somewhere. Not her. Super sweet, but no, me. They'd have been like, crazy lady at the airport.
You'd have been like, ain't nobody got time for
that.
Yes. You'd have been that lady. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Absolutely. Yes.
Oh my gosh, you guys. But it is so fun being down here with everybody. And, we are always here for you guys and always want to hear from you. We always want to interact with you, and tell us the things that are going on in your life. Again, we're trying to build community. So if you know anybody who'd be interested in our podcast, please share, comment, do what you do to make everything go round. Do all the things. And honestly, you guys, I'm going to try to do this as best I can because I don't remember every single bit of it. Like our closing. Do you remember some of it? Because I normally read it. And I know I should have it memorized by now. And I'm just so bad at memorizing things. I really am. But
I know it's something about brewing positivity.
That's the end.
Keeping the faith.
Keep faith.
Spread love.
Savor every bit of life. Or savor every sip of life.
Yes.
Okay. Until we meet the next time. Stay positive. Oh, wait a minute. Stay something and keep brewing positivity. I'm so sorry, but you guys get it. You know what I'm trying to say. So anyway, we'll see you guys the next time. Thanks for joining us today. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Oh, goodness.